Time to go.
Are you kicking me out? You boys are very rude in here.
If your life was a song, what would the title be?
Victory lap for those people that believe you get to live multiple lives.
Y'all, it looks like Blake Lively isn't as squeaky clean as we thought. Some celebs have been hinting at this for years, and now, looking back, their warnings make a lot more sense. From subtle shade to straight up calling her out, these stars tried to tell us something about Blake. But did anyone listen? Not at all. And trust me, the final celeb that warned us about Blake's evil deeds will shock you the most. So, without wasting time, I'm your host Jane, back with another video on the Eiriks channel. Now for a recap. Blake and Ryan have been messing around long before Ryan finally ended things with Scarlett Johansson in 2010. But here's the crazy thing. Ryan and Blake have always claimed that they met on the set of the movie Green Lantern, and according to them, they were just casual friends and nothing more. However, it looks like Ryan and Blake were just putting up some shade and weren't really honest with everyone. Although they denied having a relationship, everyone on set said they could feel and see the chemistry between Ryan and Blake. Apart from constantly touching themselves, Ryan and Blake looked all cozied up in the set of Green Lantern. And y'all know Blake's got a history for falling in love with her co-stars, so that was what happened between Ryan and Blake. Two people who cheated on their individual partners and got married to each other. I mean, there has got to be something fishy going on between Ryan and Blake, because just 3 months after the press tour, Blake broke up with Penn, her boyfriend and co-star on the set of Gossip Girls, and in the same month, Ryan divorced Scarlett. Now, it was obvious that Ryan and Blake had lied to all of us about just being casual friends. While Scarlett hasn't publicly said anything about Ryan and Blake's relationship and eventual marriage, word on the street is that Scarlett and Blake dislike each other a lot and cannot afford to be in the same room at the same time. At one time, Scarlett made a cryptic remark about dating or being married to an actor as an actress. Basically, her remarks seemed to be hinting at what could have happened between her and Ryan. Scarlett said it was a challenge to be with another actor, especially if both actors and actress have blossoming careers. But that's not all. She claimed that even if one of the actors is successful and the others is not, it could lead to competition. Now let's get back to Ryan and Blake's relationship. Remember I said earlier that Ryan and Blake claimed they started dating each other after ending things with their respective partners, right? Well, that wasn't true. So in 2010, the same period when Green Lantern was being produced, a waitress saw the actors at dinner together and told Daily Mail that despite Ryan being married at the time, she said, and I quote, "It was just the two of them, and they were laughing and flirting. It looked like a date." If you didn't know who they were, you would definitely assume they were a couple. And it looks like the waitress was not lying about what she saw. In fact, magazine editor and columnist and NYT bestselling author Kat Marnell posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that Ryan and Blake had an affair with each other while he was still married to Scarlett Johansson and Blake was dating Penn. In the tweet, which is now deleted, she wrote, "Fun fact, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds hooked up when RR was still married to ScarJo and holed up in a NOLA hotel room during the Green Lantern. And US Weekly had discovered this, and their beauty editor would tell us this at events, and about how RR and BL Teams' threat squashed the story." While Ryan usually looks like a supportive husband, things are usually different from behind the scenes. And this is why I say so. In 2010, the same year Ryan and Scarlett went their separate ways, a source revealed to the Daily Mail that Ryan's controlling nature played a role in his split from his ex Scarlett. The source claimed, and I quote, "Ryan can be an overbearing control freak. He's more traditional and she's more independent. He wanted Johansson to drop everything and come to him." Now, does it hit home why Scarlett said it was a challenge to marry a fellow actor because success can become a competition? Scarlett doesn't like Blake, and people are saying their sour relationship is deeper than we all think, and it looks like it is because of the alleged cheating scandal. In fact, some unidentified sources say Scarlett feels Blake contributed to the end of her marriage with Ryan. Taylor Swift. Basically, Blake referred to Taylor as one of her dragons in the text messages she sent to Justin. And Justin, who also filed a $400 million lawsuit against Blake, shared the text of Blake threatening him with her 2 dragons. And she said, "If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons. For better or worse, but usually better. Because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I can promise you."
Taylor Swift may have been involved somewhat in the background in what happened to Justin Baldoni. I mean, she was named in the lawsuit for a reason. Well, today, her team, and respect to them for the speed at which her marketing team moves, dropped an entire article in the press announcing that her and Blake are taking a break. They're no longer friends because, shocking, Taylor Swift feels used. She always feels used. And she wants nothing to do with the Justin Baldoni situation.
So Taylor feels Blake was using her as an intimidation tactic, and according to Taylor, she never wanted to be included in the lawsuit to begin with. Y'all remember what went down with Khaleesi in Game of Thrones? Well, I'll remind y'all that Khaleesi lost almost all her dragons, and she eventually died too. Well, it looks like that's what's happening with Blake right now. Taylor, one of Blake's dragons, is pulling out of this legal battle. But that's not all. Taylor claims Blake's threats were uncool and unnecessary because she never planned to attend the meeting in the first place. According to Taylor, the meeting between Blake, Ryan, and Justin was ongoing when she arrived at their penthouse. However, Taylor's not the only one who's calling Blake out for threatening Justin with her 2 dragons. Blake's friends also think Blake's actions were uncool and unnecessary. Bart Johnson. Not long after, Bart, who is married to Blake's older sister Robin Lively, went online to support Blake. Bart has decided to withdraw his statement, and I can't help but wonder why he's changed his mind all of a sudden. Interesting to say, Bart has apologized for getting involved in the drama between Blake and Justin. Bart took to X, formerly known as Twitter, and wrote, "Anytime I've said anything unkind about someone, I've regretted it. Fortunately, that's almost never, and definitely not when I'm at my best. I do apologize to anyone I've hurt or let down by saying something that sounds mean." Now, we all know Bart's mean statement was definitely towards Justin and not Blake. And now Bart is suddenly apologizing for allegedly calling Justin a fraud. He says he regrets his actions. Could it be that he's tired of supporting the wrong person? And if he's regretting his support for Blake, what could have changed his mind? Well, how quick the tables turn, and how amazing to see that Bart thinks Blake's allegations against Justin might not be entirely true. Anna Kendrick. During an interview, Anna Kendrick opened up about how she sees Blake Lively, her co-star on Simple Favor. She said she thought Blake was a nice person at first, but later found out Blake was far from that.
I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
So, according to one X user, A Simple Favor 2 got put on ice because Blake and Anna Kendrick just couldn't get along on set. They claimed, breaking, Amazon shelves A Simple Favor 2 indefinitely. Even though test screenings were great, Blake's refusing to promote it thanks to her messy legal battle with Justin Baldoni, and things between her and Anna Kendrick got tense. Anna's pissed. Fans are convinced there's drama between them, and it's not a new thing. Rumors of a feud have been swirling for years. Back in April 2021, a TikToker brought up a report claiming Blake and Anna weren't speaking, were basically enemies, and even had to do separate press tours. Supposedly, someone from the studio confirmed it, but Blake and Anna never addressed it. And if you look at their interviews, they actually seem pretty conflicting.
Muted some people. Now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah. Blake Lively.
Kate Middleton. Blake's drama isn't just with celebs. She's even stirring things up with the royal family. She threw some subtle shade at Kate Middleton after that edited photo with her kids went viral, all because Kate wasn't feeling well at the time. While Kate Middleton hasn't said anything about Blake in particular, it's clear that Blake treated her bad in her own way. Blake, as usual, couldn't help herself and threw shade at Kate by photoshopping her own poolside pic. But when Kate later revealed she was battling cancer, Blake had to backtrack and apologize on Instagram. Still, the damage was already done. And this should have been enough warning for Justin that if Blake could do these things, then there's so much more she can do that we don't know yet. Penn Badgley. Another person Blake seriously upset in the industry was Penn Badgley. Just like with Ryan and Scarlett, Blake was dating Penn when rumors started swirling that she was getting involved with Ryan. This allegedly led to a rough breakup right in the middle of a project. Penn took it hard and later described that time as a season of endurance for him. In fact, Penn is not following Blake on any social media, and if that's not enough sign that Penn has noticed something sinister about Blake that everyone is yet to notice, then I don't know.
Go to IG and go to Penn Badgley's profile. You can see who he's following and who he is not following. Do you know who Penn Badgley is not following? His Gossip Girl co-star Blake Lively. He is following his other Gossip Girl co-star Leighton.
The crazy thing is, Penn also has a relationship with Justin and shares the same religion with him. And this speaks volumes about how Penn sees Blake, despite the fact that he dated her for years. Kjersti Flaa. And before y'all roll your eyes, like who the heck is Kjersti Flaa? I'll introduce y'all to her. Flaa is a well-known celebrity interviewer. It will amaze you to learn that Flaa warned us about Blake, but we all didn't take her seriously. However, when the news made headlines that Blake might be bullying Justin and suing him for sexual harassment, Flaa decided to go dig up the past and what Blake did to her. Trust me, this one's cringeworthy. During an interview for the 2016 film Cafe Society, Blake and her co-star Parker Posey were chatting with Flaa. At one point, Flaa made a sweet, harmless comment about Blake being pregnant with her second child. But instead of responding with a polite thank you or even a simple smile, Blake completely shut Flaa down in the nastiest way, throwing in a low blow that left everyone shocked.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
Devastated by Blake's rude reply to her, Flaa said she almost quit her job because she thought Blake was mocking her since she was yet to have a child of her own. Throughout the rest of the interview, Blake totally ignored Flaa as if she wasn't in the room, backed Flaa, and started talking with her co-star. Yup, that's Blake for you, treating someone as dirt and useless. And then there's Leighton. While in this video, I'll not be going into details about her relationship with Blake, I'll encourage you to watch our last video titled Celebs Taking Side. Blake Lively vs. Justin Baldoni lawsuit. In the video, we discussed to a length how messy and sour Leighton's relationship with Blake has been over the years. Also, new information is Blake allegedly bullied Leighton while on the set of Gossip Girls, and as a result, the two actors always seem to conflict with each other. Although Leighton has never opened her mouth to say anything negative about Blake, her subtle tactics of following almost every cast and crew but not following Blake? Obviously, Blake has made quite some enemies in the industry, and these people have been warning us for so long about Blake Lively. Anyways, what do y'all think about these celebrities who have warned us about Blake? Could they be telling the truth? Or are they just angry that they're being used unfairly by Blake? Y'all, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be reading them all, and follow this channel for more videos like this.